I want to begin with something that you're very good at, especially in this film, because often during the film's most intense sequences, such as the stairwell or walking around in the cold room, your scared breathing is the only sound in the film. You pretty much are informing the viewers just where at on the scared meter we should be based on the decibel level you go to and how frequent it is. So, what, in your opinion, is the art of good scared breathing?
That's such a good question and also such a funny question. I mean, I remember being on set and it would be like more breathing, like, but it's also, I think in moments where you're scared, you have the intensity and then you have the scream, right? But you need to
Hmm.
build the tension before the release, and all of that is internal. Your body gets really tense, and
Hmm.
because of the tense nature of your body, you almost get a little shaky, and the breath just feels like a part of that. I think it feels really natural to it, but it was also, yeah, we wanted it to build the tension before that scream release, which screaming I think is way harder.
Mm,
Because that it's really easy to feel forced. And if there's just like a
right.
jump scare, you have to like pretend even though you know it's there. But in the moment of really like sitting in it and letting the horror sort of like come over you and consume you, the breath feels really natural.
Right, right. Amid all the insanity and madness, there are moments of human truth, such as when your character Lee looks up Chloe Bailey's character Blake on social media, and that funny moment, as well as the cute awkwardness of Lee telling Blake that she watched her show Vampire Sorority and that
Yeah.
she's really good in it. What did it mean to you to have those moments in there where it kind of pumps the brake and allows us to really see who Lee is.
I think it's really important, especially in a horror movie. It can't just be nonstop all the time because you get
Right.
numb. So you need those moments of levity, but it also gives you a humanness to root for and to hope for and to care for. We get to see who these people are, and we want the relationship with her father to work. We also want the relationship with Blake to work. Like we want to like yearn for that, so that we hope that these characters make it and succeed and survive. So I think those moments of little human truth, if they're funny or if they're just sweet are really important.
Yeah. One of my favorite interactions is between Anthony and Lee, and they're in the trailer reading lines, trying to make things that are so far beyond their grasp feel true. But what comes to mind first with the making of that scene, and what is your process for making specific lines that feel otherworldly to you or perhaps a little silly, but you have to try to make it feel like you've spoken those words your whole life?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get an audition and you're like, Jesus Christ, like I can't believe I gotta say this stuff. Um but so in doing scenes like that, that felt really familiar and natural. You're like, yeah, I've had to say them, like let's figure it out. But it really is just you have to believe it wholeheartedly. It's honestly, I find frustration more in like the YA space than in like high concept stuff.
Mm,
Like I find like if it's horror or sci-fi or fantasy, that's the world that you're in, and you just have
right.
to believe it 100%. And I guess that's true of the YA space too. On a show like Riverdale, which totally knows what it is and is great, that is their reality, and
Hmm.
they have to meet that reality where it is. So it really is, and comedy too. I've done like some really broad comedy stuff, and the way to not break is just to think this person is being dead serious. You know what I mean? And
Right.
if you make it, you just have to believe it.